Moon gang. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Dumb Money, and I guess we could also call this one particularly Franklin freaking out. What is he doing? Franklin, we're professionals. All right, sorry. I know this would never happen on Kelly Ripa's show. My apologies, but that's the difference. That's the only difference between Kelly Ripa and myself. But what Kelly Ripa doesn't have is an awesome position on AMC. And man, I was poring over charts last night. I was looking at data. I was kind of going through the sentiment of what's going on, just like reading some social media. And I have to say, right now is some of the best I've felt about AMC in probably about a month or two. It's just you can feel the momentum. It's practically palpable. Like it's so awesome. The stock spending around, the enthusiasm in the community is growing, and all of a sudden these lamestream media personalities and also just these like hardcore keyboard warriors, they're disappearing into the ether. They're retreating back into the woodwork where they originally came from. I find it so interesting that you can feel it. Like something has actually changed. From a technical basis, I think it's best represented by the crossover in the MACD, because right there we had a strong bullish trend to the start of June. Then we were in a bearish trend from mid-June really up until mid-August. I mean, honestly, we were sitting here and there were some all right days, there were some bad days, but that was a giant bearish trend. And then after kind of bouncing off of really 30 multiple times, we finally got that crossover, which was awesome, which was absolutely awesome. And we're seeing that follow through. GME is on a nice 4 green day streak. AMC is on a nice 3 green day streak. And we're just looking to up those numbers again and again. But when I woke up this morning, I mean, honestly, I was like, man, we are holding 37 again with respect to AMC. And yesterday, we were almost getting that breakout. I mean, it came right up, and I was telling you guys, all right, like we know the high 38s, low 39s, that's a big trend line breakout. And right on top of that, we have a region of resistance from 40 to 42. Maybe I should just show you it instead of like trying to explain it. That would probably make more sense. But right here, let me drop to the 2-hour chart. This is let me go to the 4-hour so we could see it. So for quite a while, here's what happened. We were in this giant upswing. And this is the point where the MACD was green, everyone was happy, everything. We were firing at all syllables. It was just working. Then we came down and it bounced off of it. And I thought it was a bit interesting. Usually when you see this weakness kind of going into June 10th-ish, 11th, usually that's it. That's when you get a type of a run up like this, it's kind of game over. But instead it caught itself and came back up here. But we still established some sort of, I guess, trend line that was downward. And then we bounced off of it. Came here, we had a wedge, we had a chance to break out. That broke down. And really at one point, I mean, we were trading in the 28s. But finally, we're once again right here. We are at the trend line 1, 2, 3. This is our 4th major test of this trend line. And I don't know if it's going to break out. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a lawyer. And most importantly, I am not a fortune teller. I have no clue if this breaks out, but I do know that if it does break out, that is more of a technical confirmation of the official pivot in the entire movement of what we've seen over roughly the past 6 to 8 weeks of what's been going on with AMC. So I, today, like a hawk, will be watching the breakout today because remember, obviously, it's dynamic because it is a trend line. It's not a horizontal line. So still, I guess I can move this down a little bit today. So right out of the gate, the trend line break would be around 38. And then we know there's some garbage in between 40 and 42. So this is the region to watch today with AMC. Right out of the gate, I would love a break out of 38. I'm going to mark that off just even before I forget. 38. And from there, we're going to watch yesterday's high, whatever this was. Hang on, I don't think I marked that properly. 38.77. Let's bring this one down a little bit. All right, close enough. 76. And then from there, we're going to be after 38.77. That then sets up the region between 40 and 42. And that's just where we've seen kind of a lot of mess in here previously. Would love for it to get above 42, and then that sets up 46. But overall, we have the MACD. Let me go back to the daily to show you what I'm actually talking about with that MACD. So right here, the MACD, as you can see, let me get rid of this for a little bit more space. Here's the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence. Basically, it's just two different exponential moving averages. You have the slower one and then the faster one. And a lot of times, there are day traders, swing traders, and technical traders who look for the crosses. So basically, we had this cross here at June 21st, June 22nd, and then that kind of led to this giant bearish pattern. But what's changed recently is they cross again in more of a bullish manner. So we want to see how long this type of momentum can sustain. So really this week, the end of last week, I started talking about momentum is changing, and the golden question is, how long can we sustain this momentum? What will this momentum bring? And I know that there's some other tertiary things going on, like the NSCC rules and this and that, but it all comes down to the most inherent axiom: supply and demand. Are more people aggressively buying, or are more people aggressively selling? For me personally, I am not going to rely on all of a sudden the SEC coming down and making sure the game is played completely fair. I'm not going to put all of my, I guess, hope into one individual rule and be like, this rule passes and we're in the clear. No. Day in and day out, we're paying attention to the price. We're seeing what's going on, and we're paying attention to the shorts. If we're relying on some external thing to help us out, I mean, don't hold your breath on that. It's the battle between us who are long on AMC and the people who are short on AMC. That's what the battle is. And I for one, I'm not going to be relying on some other special governing body to be like, oh, okay, maybe we should kind of start looking into what's going on. I just don't think it's, I don't want to put our destiny, our fate in the hands of someone else. It's our community versus Wall Street. That's what's going on right now. I really don't know how to make it more simple. And for quite a while, we were winning. For quite a while, they showed their strength. And now it looks like we're heading in back to like where it's our turn to show what we can really do. So I'm excited to watch this momentum play out. And I'm very, very excited for this technical breakout to see what it leads to and how much pressure it actually puts on the shorts. Because right here, I'll be the first to admit it. I've said this on national TV. I've said this here multiple times. To me, this is not a fundamental play right now. This play, in my eyes, has value because there's a certain percentage chance of a short squeeze for all the people who are betting against it. Right now, that number is pretty sizable because there's over 100 million shares on loan, which we don't know exactly how many of those are short, but it's a sizable number. That means in a certain technical breakout scenario, when we hit a certain risk tolerance for them as it goes up, a lot of them are going to start covering. And then as that goes up, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because as we go higher, more shorts will cover, which causes it to go higher, which causes more shorts to go cover. And that's just the shares on loan. In my update video, I was talking about how the options chain for AMC is starting to get very, very bloated, which is good because that could lead to more of a scenario of a gamma squeeze. And then as it rips, you're going to have people who are on the fence who didn't want to get into AMC. They thought we were dumb. They didn't think what was going to happen was actually going to happen. So then you're also going to have some FOMO buyers. So between a short squeeze, a gamma squeeze, and FOMO buying, this thing it has all the makings. It has all the ingredients for a recipe for an explosion higher. But what it needs is we need something to get it over that edge. And really, that's either the shorts need to stop shorting, we need more demand. Basically, the buying needs to outweigh the selling. And then that's how we'll slowly track higher. But trust me, a lot of people who wrote AMC off and said that it's done and didn't care about it and maybe weren't even on the fence anymore. I mean, we're just stopped paying attention to it. The recent movement has gotten people to start looking at AMC again. The MACD crossover, the fact that they couldn't really beat it below 30, these are some big showings of strength, which will bode really well with our positions if you happen to be long on AMC. But right now, this little turnaround, let me drop to this 3-month, this little action that we're starting to see, people are starting to say, hang on, they weren't successfully able to beat it down. It's showing a bit of strength. I'm looking for that breakout above 42 and then above 46. Things could get very, very bananas for us. So that's kind of in the medium term what I'm looking for. For today at Bell Open, I'm looking for a recapture of 38 and then a breakout of 38.76. And from there, the 40 to 42 range is definitely what I'm paying attention to. In terms of GameStop has a short interest of 10.7%, shares on loan of 6.95 million, and a utilization of 39%. Oops. In terms of GME, so not AMC does currently have a higher short interest than GME, but the charting is similar. It's not the exact same, but it does kind of rhyme. Like we bounce off of it, a previous support around 145. It showed some strength. I'm looking for it to remain above 164, and then I want to see a test of 175, and then after that, it's setting up a test of 190, which could be quickly followed by 200. So not the same short interest on GME, but we are seeing similar strength in the chart. So definitely also obviously worthwhile to pay attention to. I don't know why. Someone on social media accused me the other day of not owning GME and then not talking about it. I am long on GME, and I feel like I talk about GameStop every day. I'm long on AMC. I'm long on GME. And then the other one on the screen here, we have SPY and IWM. Usually I have Robinhood up. I don't know what Hood's doing this morning, but they have an earnings announcement today after market close. Robinhood will have its earnings webcast call. It's going to report its numbers. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some volatility in HOOD today and tomorrow. But just so you know, for the point of transparency and disclosure, I own puts against Robinhood. I am looking for Robinhood to drop. I don't believe I have currently a direct position on IWM right now. So long on AMC, long on GME, short on Robinhood. A couple of the other ones recently that I'm in, I am long on SPRT as well, which is flat this morning. But just I want to be very frank and forward with what I am long on, what I'm shorting on, what I don't have a position on. But overall, very, very excited to see how things play out, not only today, but for the remainder of the week, because I think this momentum, well, you can see it like literally starting to grow. Like right here, the momentum is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what we saw this previously where it went up, then took a little bit, and then it just absolutely exploded. That's what the MACD is very good for, showing you the momentum of a current stock, which is exactly why we saw this massive explosion when AMC ripped 95% in one day. So I'm looking for this right here on the MACD to grow and grow and grow. Now, if you're one of these people who really enjoys knowing the specific details of the technicals and what's going on there, and you want to know more about the MACD, I do have a video on this channel. It's actually one of my first videos that I've ever made, explaining what the MACD is, how it's calculated, and how you could possibly use it. So if you're someone who likes the specifics, I recommend checking that out if you want to do it before the bell opens or maybe sometime after or anything like that. But I know some people like to get into the nitty gritty of it. I find myself to be asking some of those questions as well. All right, so that's our current setup on the day. Oh, before we get rocking with it, before the bell opens, 15 minutes from bell open. If you haven't already, I would love it if you could absolutely destroy the like button. If you haven't joined up with the Moon Gang, if you want to talk about stocks, futures, options, cryptos, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. That type of stuff, that type of engagement does help out with the YouTube algorithm. That's for the YouTube people. Just so you know, we are multi-streaming on Rumble as well. So if you're on Rumble, don't forget to drop one of those Royal Rumbles. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're getting very close to 5,000 on Rumble. So shout out to all the support from my Royal Rumblers. I appreciate it. Not to get confused with all my Bumblers, I suppose. I can't believe I messed that one up yesterday, but shout out to YouTubers, shout out to Rumblers. I really do like this multi-stream thing. It's been working out. I had some technical issues yesterday. So for any of the people who I suppose know way more about streaming than I personally do. What I ended up doing was changing my CPU to like one of the lowest settings on Streamlabs, and then I changed my keyframe rate interval to 4 seconds, and I think we're all good. Let me know. I mean, I don't think there's been any lag issues or anything like that. It's reporting that the stream health is good, and my KBSs are cruising at 5,000. I think we're looking good today. So maybe we found the combo that needs to get this all to work out. Stream quality is way better than yesterday. All right, shout out Jorge. So far so good. Yeah, so it was just a lot of tweaking, and I'm hoping that we have none of these issues. So yesterday we were talking about Artisan Builds. Shout out to Artisan Builds. They were building me a very, very fancy PC, and I'm just kind of waiting for that to show up. So if you bear with me just for a couple more days before the very good computer shows up, because right now I'm on a Mac, and honestly, the new MacBook Pro, the M1 chip, it's quality. It really is quality. It's a good chip. The issue though is it's just Macs and Apples. It's not meant for the world of streaming. You kind of need a PC for that. So that's the downfall. It's a good computer, but not necessarily just for my current use case, I think is the best way to explain it. And also there was that issue where it was just dropping Wi-Fi, but I also figured out some sort of Ethernet setup. So that's working out. And soon, very, very soon, I will be rocking more with I think we could bring the audio quality to the next level. I got the Revelator IO24 from Personas. So I'm getting that set up, and I have like this whole other mic system to go, and I'm hoping I could get some auto tune in there for our singing sessions throughout the day, just so my voice isn't as painful to listen to. Show us the puppies. They're upstairs. They're a little riled up right now, just kind of doing their thing. But now one of them's getting yelled at. I'm sure at one point Franklin will crash, and he likes to crash by just like coming and sitting on people's laps. So I'm sure he'll come down at one point or another. Maybe he'll be our lucky charm on the day. We'll figure that out. All right, let me just get geared up here. I just want to make sure we are good. Okay, so we have, is this doing this again? Dude, I don't know why this is just drivers. Hmm. I just can't get the mini feed on Streamlabs to properly show me the super chats coming through. Let's have a green day, boys and girls. Keep up the great work. Shout out. What are your thoughts on a fake squeeze to 300? I think it's an asinine idea. There's no way they would have a controlled squeeze. In my opinion, above 46, above 50, above 65, they're not going to control it. You're trying to control in a absurd frenzy. There's no, like, you're not going to have a fake squeeze up to 300. 300, we're going to have some actual shorts covering. I don't know who's pushing that rhetoric of a fake squeeze, but they're wrong. I can think of no way that you would possibly like control this scenario up to 300. If they had that much omnipotent control over the stock market, they wouldn't go up and then bring it down. They would just completely destroy the stock now. It makes no sense that you would run it up to 300 and then bring it down from there. I'm not really buying that one. Firing on all cylinders, not syllables. Former editor here. As an editor, I get to fire on all syllables, even though it's not a thing. Oh, no. I say that because a little nod to Dr. Disrespect. The other day I was listening to one of his streams, and he says firing on all syllables. And we were talking about this either yesterday or the day before. I think he's one of the best live streamer in the game. So it was just a little head nod to the doc. 9/3 Marvel's Shang-Chi is released in a 45-day theatrical window. Word is that it is dope. We need to promote, show up, and make it a box office success. Palpable and tertiary right off the bat today. Come on, Matt. Small words for us, please. Can you check on Tilray for us? So I saw this morning the mods in my Discord were talking about some movement on this. What is going on with Tilray? Ooh, Tilray got some movement. So remember, don't chase a gap up. I would Pay close attention to 1350, 1360. We have some consolidation, some previous low from the post market of yesterday. See if it can hold that as a base. But this is a gap up. Tilray, this is the definition of a gap up right now. It's going to open up at a price that's higher than its previous day's close, it looks like. Yeah. So I would be paying attention to that as long as this bar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't like chasing gap ups whatsoever, because there's a good chance that it wants to fill the gap right away. So this is one I would definitely sit on my hands and pay attention to and see what it does over the first 15, 20, 30 minutes of the day. Any opinion on Qnt Coin? Been in it since 130 a few weeks ago. It broke 200 today. It's been actually pretty independent of the rest of crypto. All right, I do have the time to check this out. Qnt crypto. Well, it's absolutely ripping. I don't know anything about it, but if it can hold above whatever this high is, 197 from August 2nd, the trend's your friend. This is a technical breakout. You're already in it. You have a very nice average. I don't know anything specific about the coin. It just looks like you're making a lot of money. So congratulations. Ride the trend higher and higher and higher. We're seeing another MACD crossover. So it had a little bit of a bearish phase, but it looks like after today, it'll go back into a bullish phase. The trend's your friend, man. Ride that out. That's how I would personally play it. Was excited to buy my first AMC call option, but it takes 5 days for the deposit to clear. Also, I forgot to use your promo code when I signed up for public. Timothy, I mean, it happens. I appreciate you. With it, I'm just happy that people are getting onto public. I do think it's good for us to get our orders away from market makers, away from Citadel, away from Virtu. So, even though you didn't use my referral, I'm still very happy that you're on what I perceive to be a better brokerage for our community, for the Ape Nation community, for the Moon Gang community. So it's all good. And for those of you who don't know what public is, I know I talk about this, but just so you know, it's a brokerage for U.S. residents. They don't have options trading. They're about to roll out crypto trading. But if you sign up public.com/MattKohrs, it's pinned to the top of the chat, you can get up to $70 in free stock, which is awesome. A lot of people, I mean, the other day someone was getting like 50 of Tesla. It's cool stuff. Free to sign up, free trades, no payment for order flow, and all orders are routed to lit exchanges. I honestly think there's almost no reason to not sign up, because you can always have multiple brokerage, and you don't even necessarily have to transfer your current stock. You can have multiple brokerages, but moving forward, my stock trading, yes, I use Webull for charting. Yes, I also use TradingView for charting. You know me, I like my emojis. So I just have two different charting things. And then if I use some other brokerages, like I do have a Fidelity account, I do have an Interactive Brokers account, I do have an E-Trade account. I'll use those for some options trading. It's very hard to get away from payment for order flow when you're talking about options. But for my stock trading, I mean, I'm just going to be rocking forward with public. And I think there's actually a way, and this is where it gets, I guess, a little interesting for me, is so public, it's much more of a social trading platform. And there's a way where basically you could set it up that whenever you do a buy or sell, your followers get notified. And I was like, well, if I'm not calling it out and it's just part of an app, like, am I going to get in trouble with that with, I suppose, like the government and the SEC? And I have my lawyers looking into that now, but that might be an interesting workaround where somehow my trades, at least my stock trades, could be followed real time. And I wonder if that would be outside of the purview of like the SEC getting like very, very mad at me. But like I said, I have my lawyer looking into that one. What kind of puppy did you get, Matt? Work has been a bit hectic lately, and I must have missed out on what you talked about. Also, do you have any AMC call options right now? I do have call options for the September monthlies, and the dog, I don't know, it looks like kind of, it's some sort of mixture. It's a smaller dog. It looks most similar to like Dachshund Jack Russell mix, I would say. But I'm just dog sitting. It's not my dog. I'm just dog sitting for some friends. And there's actually two. There's Franklin and there's Baxter, and they're really cool. They're cool guys. I hope they come down at some point today. I want to make another debut on the stream. Matt, how bullish is MACD crossing on monthly, 3-month, and yearly AMC to the gosh darn moon? The more time frames it crosses on, the better. I wouldn't say one individual one is more bullish than other ones. It's bullish for that time frame. So if you see a lot of crossovers on various time frames, that's how something is more or less bullish, I would say, is how I would interpret it. Hyliion, good time to invest or too small of a company? So I actually know Hyliion. I've been watching it for a while, and I'm actually invested in it myself, but I have a very, very, very bad average. But to me, it's a longer term EV play. 890. So I would say 770. I would watch these previous lows from what? January, February, March, April, and May. These lows of 750 is what I would be paying attention to. I think you're about to be able to get it for about 50 cents cheaper. Like I said, I have Hyliion in my retirement account, and it's going to be most likely a multi-decade hold for me. Would be awesome if you did a Dr. Disrespect parody stream one day. Yeah, I don't even know if I could pull off his I really do think he's one of the best streamers in the game. I watched his, I'm not much of a gamer myself, but I watched him just because he was so entertaining. I find myself watching Dr. Disrespect honestly without even caring about the game. I just love his antics. I love how he talks. He makes me smile. So I feel like as me on this side of the camera, I try to learn from people like that, from people, we were talking about this, but people like Dr. Disrespect, Ludwig, and I know they're not really in my domain of finances, Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, but as a streamer, I learned so much from them. I would, a parody, I mean, I don't know if I want to rip them off like that, but if I'm too small to really talk to any of those guys, Merckx, Tim the Tatman, Ludwig, Dr. Disrespect, they're probably 2 entire leagues above me, but I hopefully one day things keep growing, and one day I get on their radar and we could do some sort of I think it would be so fun to do a crossover charity thing. One day they trade with us, day trading all day, one of those characters, and then the next day I play video games with them all day, and we do a 2-day charity drive, 1 day of stocks and 1 day of gaming, and then we just both donate everything to whatever charity we want to do. I think that would be such a a fun crossover event, or maybe we're gaming and in between games we're doing day trades or something. I think it could just be fun, a lot of energy. Posts mother of all short squeeze plans, hostile takeover of tulips to ensure generational wealth. Hostile takeover. That would be awesome. Proud moment last night. My girlfriend asked me how to become an ape and invested in AMC while sitting on the AMC, citing the duck guy as reasoning. I love that. Gaffney. You have the potential to do a co-stream with Sweet Anita as the hype person. I mean, overall, I was thinking about that, and some people have been talking more of trying to do opposed to just me just talking all day, if there was 2 people or another interaction of someone. And I think there is a key to that, and I just need to, I guess, figure out some of the specifics of how that would all work. But man, I think there's something to do with crossovers, or some sort of a host, or bringing more people on to talk during the show throughout the day. Could be fun. Someone said, can we get the headband? Yeah, I could throw the headband on. Throwing on the headband before the market even opens. I like the cut of your jib. Okay, let's get ready. We have less than a minute. We have seconds until the market opens, folks. And we're firing at all syllables. Uh-oh. Hang on. It looks like YouTube just freaked out. All right, market is open. Market is open. It looks like there was just a hiccup, but I think I came back very quickly. YouTube got mad and threw a error at me, but I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. All right. Let's see how this one gets going today. There we go. Now we're cruising. I just had to do a refresh on Webull. I think they even knew the excitement coming into today. All right. So the SPY, the S&P 500 is in the bottom right. We have the IWM, aka the Russell 2000, in the bottom left. We have AMC in the top left, and then we have GME in the top right. And we are rocking on the day. Ding, ding, ding. The casino is open, folks. The casino is open. Let's get our liquid IV hydration. Even though this isn't the a stream sponsored by Liquid IV, you can still use the code MoonGang. That's actually true with like all of my sponsors. Is if you use the code or go to the proper URL, you could still get the discount. It doesn't necessarily have to be that day. So that's true with like Liquid IV, Manscaped, all of those. Like just because it's being sponsored that day, like the stuff is still active, just so everyone knows. But AMC, all right, our first target of the day, you guys know it. It's 38, and we're currently trading at 37.84, Let's go. Let's go for that trend line break. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're getting there. 37. Ooh, we're feeling spicy. Feeling a bit froggy. All right, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Above 38. There we go. Let's see if it can hold. So remember, after 38, the next target is 38.77 is the next target. We're above 38. We're cruising. We're looking good. We're looking like a beaut, Clark. We're looking good. We're looking good. All right. Come on, let's just hold above it. We know that's resistance, and AMC does this thing where it pops its head above resistance, then it kind of flirts with the line just ever so much, and then we kind of go from there. Daryl Milner becoming an astronaut. Shout out to Daryl. Could you bring viewers on stream to ask questions? Yeah, so that's actually in talks with my teams right now. I do like that, but we're gonna probably have to do. There would have to be some sort of pre-screening involved because obviously we know that there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there, and I don't want anyone to come on and say something then that gets me in trouble, additional trouble with like YouTube, and I'm trying to not ever get in trouble with Rumble. So there would have to be some pre-screening involved with that, but we definitely want to. Adventure Joe calling out AUPH. What's going on with AUPH? A pharma play. That is up. Oh, wait. AUPH isn't really doing anything, Adventure Joe. Volume 52,000. Yeah, AUPH. Is that the right ticker? It's not really doing too much. All right. We did that. Remember when there was a guy that got really pissed that you were saying emoji-based trading and got into an argument about how that's not a thing? Oh boy. Oh brother. Hey Matt, if we hit 40 today, will you do? I don't know what a. Oh, is that the really like very very spicy and expensive like chip that people have been doing and they cry? I don't know how to say it. Paccow. I heard about this. My friend was calling me the other day. He's like, dude, you got to do this on stream. It's like a super, super spicy chip. Like, and people are like crying over it. Flavored tortilla chips. I'll have to look into that. I like where your head's at though. AMC holding above 38. Robinhood coming down. GME kind of low volume, trading at 164, but above 164, that's a good hold for GME. We just need more volume. We need more excitement in GME. All right, but plenty of excitement in AMC. Plenty of excitement. All right, do we have any questions on Discord? Just so you know, there is an official MoonGang Discord. It's in the description of the video if you happen to be a Discorder yourself. IWM coming back around. Tesla. Nope, that's Tesla. What else do we? Nvidia has earnings. Had earnings, I should say. Or is it today? Yeah, I think today's Wednesday. If you believe in the Gregorian calendar, that is. All these people thinking that time is linear. All right, GME 165. I would watch a little bit at 168 on GME, and then after that 175. AMC's cruising to the next target. Let's go, AMC. Houston, let's get this rocket ship ready. Does Buff 24/7 aggressively drunk text you? Sometimes. I like it. Lets me know that we're still friends. Rico doesn't text me anymore though, which kind of bums me out. Don't fall for the fake squeeze. This concept, I'll reiterate, but this concept of a fake squeeze to $300, it's not going to be a fake squeeze. Like, you're not going to somehow manufacture a push to the 300 and control it. That's like a legitimate rip, and I think it would honestly just keep going. Like, I don't think they're going to control it like that. I don't really know where that story is getting pushed and who's saying it, but it seems crazy. Do you know how many multi-millionaires there would be if AMC goes to 300? And then I think it would just keep going. Like, I just don't even see how they could possibly stop that, because people would have so much more money and they would just keep funneling it in and in and in. I just don't buy that. All right. Matt, let's be clear. Don't want to buy, just check Zuga coin trading at 170,000. I don't know if I could afford a Zuga coin. Like, that sounds pretty pricey. Zuga, it doesn't even come up on here. I don't even know how I would check it if it's not showing up there on TradingView. I don't know what I would do. All right, so we were how many cents away? We hit AMC's intraday highs at 38.70, so we were 7 cents off of yesterday's high, and that's how I knew it was resistance, because it acted as resistance yesterday. There was really nothing too fancy to it besides just saying, hey, that's where it ran yesterday. Technicals are very, very helpful, and they're super, super easy to do. Like, anyone, there was the reason I was this close. I mean, it wasn't to the cent. I was off by 7 cents, which I'll take that on a $38 stock. But literally all I did was say, oh, it got rejected there yesterday, and then it was resistance today. There was no other special formula or deduction going on or anything like that. Sometimes technicals are literally that easy. And right now, I love this. So we shoot up, comes up to resistance, gets rejected, comes down, allows the RSI a chance to cool. We reaffirm $38, hopefully holding 38, because 38 is the big trend line breakout. If we go to the 4 hour right here, we're like at a breakout level right around 38. Obviously, the higher the better. It's more of a clear one, because at this point you'd be arguing about, I guess, individual cents. But we're knocking on the door of our first technical breakout, maybe slightly higher. I guess 38.13 technically, something like that. So let's see how the market reacts to these levels, if it accepts these levels. But I'd love for, let me get the RSI on here just so we could see it. All right. Nice. The RSI was hot. We got above 70, currently at 52. So closer to neutral. Neutral on RSI. It has values of 0 to 100. So 50 is perfectly neutral. So I like the pop over 38. The big key here is to hold it for volume to be traded above 38. And then I want to take out 38.77. I don't know why I can't move this up by like 1 cent. Can I? Oh, there we did. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. So just so you know, right now I'm going to take this down, but the RSI is perfectly neutral. So let's see if we can make some sort of base and then kind of go from there. Little bit of a whippy opening for GameStop. GameStop went from 163.80 up to 165.30, and right now it's at 163.50. Robinhood putting in lower highs, and we're trying to wait for the second low of the day for market opening to see what's going on here. Then we have IWM. It got sold off, pushed, and now it's kind of like chopping in the middle. So IWM has no direction, as in the Russell 2000. And the S&P 500 looks like it's kind of drifting upward, but maybe it needs to make some decisions. But if you see green in these bottom ones, it'll be easier for AMC to be green. That's not guaranteeing anything. That's not saying like if these go green, it has to go green, but it's the entire concept of headwinds and tailwinds. And if we see these pushing, more money's just flowing into the market, and the odds are better for AMC also pushing. But it's not going to be like a perfect one-to-one correlation with that type of statement. I look up to you. I'm grateful for all you do. Always sad but truthful. Hey, those are very kind words. I appreciate that. The support is phenomenal. Thank you. Please give me your thoughts on MRIN when you can. All right, I'll do it here because GameStop is not moving. Let's go to the daily. Looks like it's just selling off. I don't see any buyers stepping in. It spiked up and down, 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 down. It's one thing if it swings, but previously it's had two, I guess, big buying days. So I would look for maybe 2 or 3 days where buyers are actually stepping in to better signify a trend reversal. But all I'm seeing is selling. AUPH, do I think it'll jump again? No. I mean, jump. I mean, this thing is just kind of ugly chop sideways on AUPH. I wouldn't want to get into it. There's no nice trend here. I don't know if I'd want to throw my money at that play. I mean, I'm here for the easy layup plays. I want to either play a overextension reversal or I just want to ride with a trend. But when I just see sideways chop and that's all this stock has really done, that seems like a very difficult trade. Mark, give a shout out to my girl Alyssa. We trying to get this money at Robinhood. Byron, shout out. Hey Matt, I'm diamond handing AMC to the moon, but also bought 150 MRIN. I mean, I wish you luck with it. For me, MRIN wouldn't be a play because it's just trending downwards. You're like fighting the current trend. Remember, the trend is your friend. Mr. 19, this isn't a dumb question. This is a very good question. Can you explain resistance and support? I can put it very, very simply. Resistance is a price level that the stock has previously been rejected by, like it runs up to it and it gets smacked down, and support's the opposite. It's a price level that the stock's come back down to and it's bounced off of that in reverse course. Support can become resistance. Resistance can become support. Basically, it's just saying once you have an important price level, they tend to remain important price levels, as in a price level that the stock reacts to. It's a breakout, a breakdown. It's just where you're looking for a stock reaction. So for example, yesterday we saw AMC get rejected at 38.77. So I was like, okay, this might be resistance once again today. And that's exactly what happened. Enough people saw that it was resistance yesterday and apparently made their trade there this morning. And a lot of the times these end up becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. And that's kind of what we're seeing thus far. But remember, we're only 13 minutes into the day. I usually don't even trade before, like we're not even 15 minutes in. This is a good example of why I don't like tracing right out of the gate, because sometimes you get some whipsaw action, and I would rather pick up AMC at 37.40 than I would at 38.40. I save myself $1 a share. Tala, thank you for that generous super chat. Scott, hey Matt, thanks for all you do. AMC Ape here. I purchased AOUT 3015 October calls. My first option play, hoping to make more money and add to my AMC. Scott, shout out. I hope you crush it. And I love how much time you gave yourself. Teddy Zane said they will cover in segments to minimize their losses. I have no clue who Teddy Zane is whatsoever. So I have no idea if he puts out good content, bad content. I don't know his background. I don't know if he is. Who is Teddy Zane? Who is this guy? It. I don't know. I don't think this is the right Teddy Zane. I don't know who this guy is. I've never heard of him. The Teddy Zane I see is about Doge. So I don't know why he would have like some extra knowledge on AMC if he's a Doge channel. So right away, I kind of don't buy it. Don't buy it. Fake shares, fake squeeze, fake girlfriend. Where am I? Theo player poker. Who remembers the Battle of 801? Every day is a hype day. Let's go. Shout out. Poopsicle. Need magnet and rocket. All right, good call. That's the problem of what's going on right now. We don't have enough. We're getting rejected, but not, hopefully not for much longer. Let's get some rockets going. Let's get some superior charting going. Imagine thinking that this doesn't have an impact on a stock price. That would be crazy. All right, this kind of worked for us yesterday, so let's see what kind of follow through we can get with it today. Or maybe they've caught on to our methodologies and we might need to change it up a bit. All right, we got this going. Here we are. Let's get some magnets on this. Let's hit them with, instead of one big one today, let's hit them with a barrage of maybe smaller magnets. Let's see how that, we're brainstorming. No idea is a bad idea in a brainstorm session. Oops, didn't want to do that. All right, yeah, let's do this. Kind of like it. There we go. This is the type of charting that you guys come here to learn about. I know my audience. There we go. Let's see them trying to fight this one off for the day. Ooh, oh, this is coming together strong. We need a magnet. I agree. Can we start a rumor that Chris Angel is really Kenny G and he used his magic to hide all the shorts and FTDs? Hey, Matt, can you give a shout out to my fellow ape, Don Vito, and also do your best Halo 1 Elite impression? No? What's going on, John? That's a throwback. Shout out. Shout out to John. Shout out to Don Vito. I demand Matt streams in an ape costume, and you better get commando when you do it. Apes to the moon. 17K people watching, 3-6. Something isn't adding up. Hey, they'll come. They were waiting for the magnets. I like the Chris Angel rumor. Matt, OG Ape here, trying to make some cash to buy more MC. PMCB is currently halted. Is there still more room to run? I mean, a stock could always move. You can't say like, oh, this is it. That's not necessarily how they work. Of course, there's always going to be more room to run. This is just a pharma play, though. So you have to look into what's going on and that whatever the announcement or the approval or the successful test relates to the company. But it feels like you're trying to chase it. I mean, it's up 135% on the day. It could keep going, of course. I'm not saying that 808 is the highest level and we're going to sell off. It's just I don't want to chase it myself. It's showing some strength, but it could get rejected here at 351 and be done on the day. Chasing a gap up runner, it's not my style. I've seen it end poorly way too many times. What's your thoughts on SPRT? I'm long on SPRT. I would love for it to get back up to the $10, $11, $12 area, but it kind of starts moving out of nowhere on random days. Like right now, this is a bit of a lower volume day for it, But sometimes we see very strange, weird midday moves and it just takes off. Longtime watcher, first time chatter. I was hoping you could take a look at JKS. JKS. Jinko Solar. Sounds like a solar panel company. Not looking the best. Looks like it wants to come down to 36-ish. I mean, right now, you might hear the saying, catching a falling knife. JKS looks like you're trying to catch a falling knife. I think it looks like there's more downside to it. I just don't see any buyers stepping in. Matt's picture of margaritas. Shout out. Shout out. All right, we still cruising on our KBSs? Yeah. 5,000. 5,000. Who knows what it means, but sounds like a lot of them. Sounds like a lot of them. All right. Well, so AMC, interesting day. Opened up the day by bottoming at 37.20, ran all the way up to the previous day high, and then just got systematically sold. Interesting. Is it being shorted, or is this like some day traders, a combo of the two? What is going on? Let's check out Ortex to see how much has been borrowed against it. So Ortex is reporting that there's a borrow of 500,000 shares against it. So that, I mean, how much volume are we at? And we've traded 13 million on the day. We're about 21 minutes into the day. So that's a decent amount of volume. And if you're shorting, well, obviously you can get shares on loan a previous day and then short them a different day. You don't have to short them the day that you take them out on loan. So it could be a spillover from a previous day, yesterday, the day before, something like that, and they decide to short now. It could be, I mean, because my point is that the 500,000 wouldn't account for a drop of $2. So it could be previous shorts. It could be some recent reversion players just, I guess, locking in their profits on that breakout. Like, I get we were at resistance, and the resistance, that breakout, it was a fake out breakout for now. But I'm trying to come up with like an actual reasonable theory that could explain the current price action. And I mean, obviously, the supply is overwhelming the demand, whether it's legitimate supply or not. Obviously, we know that there's strong evidence for counterfeit shares. So obviously, we know that supply can be bloated. But I'm just trying to figure out on this day's action, just between 9:37 and now 9:50, we've had 20 minutes of just so much extra supply. But why I would say don't let this kind of freak you out. When we were doing this in May, especially for the newer viewers, if you're a newer ape, AMC kind of tended to do this thing where in the morning, right out of the gate, it would push. And then it would end up selling off. And we would get a sell-off, honestly, till around 10:30, 10:45. So this one might be even a little bit earlier. And then it would base. And then by the end of the day, we were not just green, but we were very green. It would end up running. But we were in this very strange pattern. Right out of the gate to push, sell off for a good hour or something like that, and then it would base and then end up turn around and like rip for the remainder of the day. That's been a common pattern that we've seen in AMC, especially in the month of May. It tended to do that. So I wonder if we're just kind of back into its like old ways of that type of movement. Thoughts on your arch rival Tesla and my 685 calls for tomorrow? Tesla. Tesla's looking strong. Yeah, I mean, you're still out of the money, so I don't like your expiration date. That's not good. But if this keeps pushing, if I were you, I'd want to be locking in my trade before the day actually closes, because you're going to have some serious theta overnight. I've noticed this correlation for months, this morning's pre-market, and then now. of just what's the correlation. All right, looks like the next stop is 37.40. Actually, 37.40 was a stop from yesterday as well. Seems like that's becoming a more important level. 37.40, 37.50. We've seen literally yesterday that was an important level on AMC, and now it's once again become an important level. Look for AMC to get above 37.40. Tesla is pushing though. Jordan, I would ride the trend as long as it's intact today. And if I were you, I'd want to close out my position before the market closes, or maybe if there's like a trend reversal, but Tesla definitely showing some strength. Short volume precedent has been over 50% for 8 straight days now. Haven't seen over 50% previously for almost a month. Short volume percent? Drew, I don't think that's right. That does not seem to be accurate. I'll check that though. I'll double check. AMC overview. Where is it? That would be really high. And we also know that short volume is kind of a useless data point. I think I could get this on iBorrow. iBorrow desk, AMC. Let me just double check this data point. Nope, it's not there. Is it on Stocko Tractor? But anyway, even I can't seem to find that data easily right now. But that seems way too high to me, of 50% short volume. And if it is accurate, which maybe it is, it does seem a little bit high to me though. Even if it is, it would mean nothing just because short volume, it's what's referred to as dirty data, because that involves a lot of the high frequency trades that are in and out within nanoseconds. So it's not a quote unquote legitimate, like longer term short swing play. They're in and out before you can even blink, and that adds to the volume. So it's not really, they're basically providing liquidity. They're shorting, but they sell and then they buy right back. So it's not a legitimate short the way we would think of it. Matt, why does it seem like the RSI gets overbought way faster than it gets oversold? That's not true. RSI is running on a like pretty basic formula, and it's going to work up or down. It's all about the volatility of each bar. So for example, the RSI spiked very quickly this morning, and then when we saw all these red bars, it came down very quickly. The bigger the bars, the more it's going to impact the RSI for whatever time frame you're dealing with. What do we have here? Hey Matt, on break, will you look into squeezemetrics.com? It says you can buy real-time exchange short volume in dark pool. Check it out. Once again, short volume is not useful in any way. Short volume has no correlation really with short interest. Short interest is the important data point. Short volume, short interest are two different things. And for dark pool, I don't know anything about short metrics, but I know with the dark pool data, people have been very happy with Unusual Whales. It's kind of a more well-known Twitter account within the community, but I believe they have some good short or dark pool info. I haven't heard of Squeeze Metrics, so I don't know if it's good or bad. Stonko Tracker and shortvolume.com just broke my heart with dirty data. Stonko Tracker should remove that stat. Is it? Oh, so it is on Stonko Tracker. So with it, the way it's not completely useless, the way you would use it is to watch its trend over multiple days, is how you would look at it. Trading volume, borrowed shares. So there's a couple things people need to know about Stonko Tracker. When it talks about borrowed shares and the availability, this is exclusively the availability on Interactive Brokers, one brokerage. While on the other hand, the live updates for Ortex is getting coverage of 60% of all market volume. So way more than just one brokerage. Interactive Brokers does not come close to representing 60% of market volume. And then the numbers on top, that's 85% coverage. It's just the issue is not all brokers offer real-time data. What is this? Short percentage. Summary of trading data of AMC. Short percentage is the amount of volume shorted. Yeah. So the volume shorted, the magnitude would not matter to me at all. Would not matter to me at all. I would want to watch the trend. So for example, we saw it go from what? The 30s to the 40s to the 60s to the 50s. Maybe it'll base in the 50s, come back up to the 60s. So with this, I would track the trend of it, not the magnitude of the number, because the magnitude of the number is not really that useful. So the way you could get utility out of this is it just going higher and higher. This one, dark pool percentage, I don't think that this is right. I would have to talk to them. This, it's probably better to say that this is off exchange percentage, not dark pool. Dark pools are a part of off exchange, but the other more important part is market makers, those internalizers. I think this is a misnomer it's a misnomer. This shouldn't be dark pool. This should be called off exchange percentage, not dark pool percentage. That is misleading. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. That's way too much for dark pools, and it's a huge contradiction to what we're seeing on the official reported website, which I 100% trust this website, their data and their suggestions. I'm going to end up trusting that more than I would trust Stonko Tracker, just because they're sourcing their data from one source, while this is the official FINRA reporting website. And I just think it's a small typo. I don't think it's dark pools. I think what they mean is off exchange, which they're so close because the dark pools are apart. Basically, off exchange is the bigger umbrella. Part of it is dark pool. Part of it is OTC. That's where the market makers are trading. And the market makers are very, very dominant in terms of their percentage of the volume of off exchange trading. Matt, you can make as many theories as you want, but the fact is that AMC was waiting for me to make my toast so I can watch it rip on a full stomach. It might be. I like that theory. Should I get rid of my Doge on Robinhood and buy a separate platform? If yes, should I put it in AMC because I can't transfer it? Am I correct on that? You will not be able to. First of all, I don't think you should own crypto on Robinhood or Webull. I don't at all. I think that's a bad call, just because those are not wallets. You can't transfer it. You don't have actual ownership of that crypto. Myself, I do have Doge. So I wouldn't say get rid of your Doge. I mean, if you like AMC better, well, then maybe you want to do it. But I don't know what you do or don't like better. I don't know what your thesis is. But I would recommend, if you want to keep your Doge, to get it on a place where you have like an actual Doge wallet. Right now, the one that I've been really happy with, just because it's so incredibly easy, is Voyager. Voyager is right above me. It's a phone app. You download it. If you're in the state of New York, you won't be able to use it. But if you're in any other state, you download it to your phone, iOS, Android, put in the code MATT21, and you'll get free $25 worth of Bitcoin as soon as you trade $100 of any crypto. I first heard about it when Doge was going absolutely crazy. And when it was going absolutely crazy, people were like, oh, just get it on Voyager. And from not knowing anything about it to about 30 minutes later, I owned Doge. It was like that quick of a process. Matt, what is MACD and how often do you use it? So on stream, I've only started showing it lately, but I use MACD every day. I use RSI every day. I use many technicals every day. MACD is a momentum. It's another very common technical indicator. It's a momentum indicator in this particular one. It stands for moving average convergence divergence. And if you want to know more about the specifics of how it's calculated and how you could use it, I highly recommend you check out the video on this channel. Just search Matt Kohrs MACD and you'll find a full explanation video. All right, we did that. I think I am up to date. Same with RSI. So MACD, RSI, I have standalone videos on it. All right, I think we are good. All right, AMC looks like it's trying to base right below 37. Would like if it could base quickly and then just start ripping from there. That would be ideal. Ideal, ideal, ideal. Jordan Rhodes. It looks like Tesla's taking a bit of a breather, and it also looks like, remember, every single minute you wake, you're fighting more and more theta. So if you want to give it like another try of you going to in the money, but don't get too greedy with it. You're probably up some decent money right now. Wait, MACD has nothing to do with McDonald's? Well, you can use the MACD indicator on the McDonald's stock if you want. Matt Coles featuring MACD sounds like a concert. Morning, Matt. Do you think Citadel is buying calls and puts on the millions of shares they're buying to afford to keep the price down? Morning, Apes. Could be. I think they would more do that to try to cover their exposure if they have a net position, or usually you're going to see movements in the options market for bigger hedges. So I think they could be hedging. That's a very realistic possibility. But remember, when it comes to the question of which hedge funds are short, unless they've publicly stated it, we do not know, because they're not forced to report short positions in those 13F filings. That's one of the biggest issues of knowing who is or isn't short. So really, like, of course, we can see the calls and puts, and if they have a lot of puts, we know that they are net short. But when it comes down to having like a straight up short position, those are not reported right now, which is insane. And that's actually a bill that's being heard by the US government to kind of switch that. What's your thought on SPY going into the end of the week? Let me check out SPY right now. Maybe SPY, I don't know if this is even really technical right now. It's so related to whatever is going to be going on with Afghanistan and the Delta variant. So with that, for the remainder of this week, I mean, it's Wednesday, you're asking about the next 2 days. That's such a small time frame and an amount, like, and there's a lot of randomness involved. The shorter the time frame, the more randomness involved, for my math people out there. And in this particular 2 to 3 day range, I mean, announcements could be made about Kabul and or the variant, which would have a sizable impact on the S&P 500. Who knows? Powell might say something weird. Yellen could say something weird. There's just too many variables involved that will impact it beyond its technicals. What do you see for the next positive catalyst for the marijuana industry, Canopy growth, CGC specifically? For the marijuana industry, I would say that the next catalyst is as more and more states accept it, and then also just federal. Obviously, I don't know if it has legs on it right now for federal legalization, but some individual states are talking about it. So look for, on the state level, more and more recreational legalization, and the big catalyst is federal legalization. I do think it's going to happen. It's just a question of when. So because of that, I'm invested in stocks, but not options, because I just don't know about the timing of it at all. So I think it's easiest to be invested in the industry at large through like an ETF, such as MJ tracks. That's an ETF that tracks the marinara industry. So give that a check. All right, I think we're good there. Shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out. All right, let's go. We're coming up to some resistance. It does look like, here, let's actually show the MACD on this one now. Some intraday MACD. So see how it's bending right there? MACD, a lot of people like to check for the bend. So we went from a bearish trend to right about here, it switched to bullish, and now we're slowly building up momentum. And we had using it right out of the gate's tough, but that kind of switched right in here when we broke below 38. So if you're tracking, like, it is a good momentum trend tracker, but right now MACD on the bottom, we're seeing some good trend, honestly, in AMC. I just want to see it above 37.40, 37.50, and then we're watching 38. All right, let's go, people. AMC turning it back on. Oh, can you guys let me know So today I went out of my way to get a completely different style of a thumbnail. Do you like these thumbnails better? Like, did you think it was more clickable? I'm trying to get into the mind of some of my viewers. So, relative to the previous like dumb money episode thumbnails, do you like this one better or the previous one better? And I mean, I think the current one's like cooler. Like, I think it's more, I don't know, interesting. But if you do think it's cooler and you are a graphic design artist yourself, I'm definitely interested in hiring some people to make more cool thumbnails. Someone said old was better, def better. So interesting. The amount of people who were talking about, there's a lot of people who like the previous one better. Interesting. I'm surprised. New is better. Current one is cooler. Like a lot of people. I'm surprised. I thought more people would like the new one better, but some people really do like the old one. Maybe I'll have to do some sort of like in between. Meet everyone in the middle. You know me, just trying to make the entire internet happy. All right, so on the 1 minute, the MACD did already cross over, but we're looking for it to cross on the 3 minutes still. IWM showing some strength. S&P 500 definitely showing some strength. We're now on the 3 minute of all of these, just so everyone knows. I'm looking for the MACD to cross on the 3 minute. It already crossed on the 1 minute, but if we pop up right above this, 3740, 3750, I think we'll get a nice MACD cross. What's a thumbnail? That's just the picture you click on to get into the video. Matt just tagged you in a retweet from Carlos Trades. Apparently, institutional buy yesterday's were YOLO status 1 billy worth. If he's looking at 13Fs, those buys weren't yesterday. They were in the last quarter, and yesterday was the last day to report everything all the way up to June 30th. How would I send or go about making art for you? Oh, if you happen to be a thumbnail designer or just like an artist in general, I mean, there is a business email, but maybe if you have a piece of art or something or an idea, if you want to reach out, you could always DM me on Twitter. So if you're an artist, start your DM with all capitals, artist. And if you want to talk or show me some of your art, or if you're already a thumbnail creator, we could kind of go from there. But it might be easiest. And just so everyone knows, well, it's above my head if you look at the top of the screen, but Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram, Matt_Kohrs, MATT_KOHRS. There are many fake accounts on Twitter and on Instagram, not so many on Twitch, but make sure you're just talking to the right person. For whatever reason, Twitter and Instagram refuse to verify me, and it like really does break my heart because so many people are trying to scam other people, like using my likeness. They're like, hey, like we have a secret course or something like that. No, I'm not asking you to send me money. I'm not talking about a special investment opportunity with you or anything like that. So please make sure you're talking to the real Matt. All right, come on. Let's get this breakout. AMC trying to truck back around. We based at 3650, very close to getting this MACD crossover. The MACD crossover and this technical break on an intraday basis, this will get some day traders to start coming into it. There are probably many day traders or even some algorithms that are going to be looking for this to go green, and that will be a buy signal. A lot of the times the crosses actually represent buying and selling signals. So we're very, very close. Like the momentum, the bearish momentum's almost done. We just need one good green bar, and that would really correlate to breaking above 3740, 3750. Come on. It's so, so close. I just want to see this push above it. Come on, come on. The volume on GME, 417,000. Honestly, that's better than it's been. Unfortunately, most of that is an overweight in supply, and GME's down right now. GME's at 158.50. So hopefully that turns around. But S&P 500 pushing. I guess it just doesn't care. The Wall Street, the government, our political leaders, I guess, just like don't care about this Afghanistan thing. They seem to not care about this Delta variant thing because the market is just going higher and higher and higher. The old one was easier to recognize at a glance. The new ones are a little cooler. Get your face in there. I'll DM you some stuff. Still making red days greener. Oh, Philip. All right, yeah. Well, I do have one that I think is super fun. Where is it? It was the thumbnail for the video yesterday. Someone made this for me in the original run-up, and I still love the picture. How do we do this? How can I show this? Okay, over here. So this was just from the stream yesterday. Someone put my face in an astronaut. Here, can I zoom in? This was on the backup channel yesterday. It was just the lo-fi music one, but they put my face into like I was on the moon holding a big diamond in this astronaut. I thought that was so cool. So I definitely am interested in, I guess, like finding a team and hiring some people that can make me better thumbnails than I'm possibly capable of. Because even for me, like I'm starting to get tired of my own thumbnails. I mean, I am. So I kind of want to bring it to the next level. Bring it to the next level. SPY ripping, GME not doing much right now. What's SPRT doing? SPRT, ooh, SPRT showing a little bit of excitement. Showing a little bit. Maybe it could get back up to $9. SPRT, what kind of volume is that at? 825,000. Okay, maybe we got some movement there. How is... So S&P 500 keeps going. Let's do this over here. And then let's throw up Robinhood. Robinhood has earnings after the market closes today. Ooh, it's making a run back up to 50. Ugh. Out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to look at that trash. Don't want to look at that trash right now. Tesla still showing some strength. Still showing some strength. Let's show you a comparison of what this MACD looks like. See, it's just so much momentum, so much it's just up, up, up. Up, up, and away. Mother Duck, do you still need help with your fantasy football league? Sent you a DM on Discord. Songstars, keep up the hard work. Edward, yes. The answer is definitely yes. I don't know what I'm doing with fantasy football, and I've now found myself in 2 different leagues. So definitely going to be DMing you. It's super annoying, all of the fake accounts on your OnlyFans page. Wait, so Scrawny Duckboy69 that messaged me about a lucrative Cheez-It investment opportunity wasn't you. Whose feet pics did I buy then? Hey, can you check out the ticker LMPX? Heard rumblings of insider buying and jumped in yesterday before close. So you can actually check if there is or isn't insider buying. That is all reported. You could use Ortex, you could use Finviz, but both of those report the insiders. Like you can't secretly be an insider buying. Like those are all reported to the SECs. I mean, this stock trades like nothing. LMP Automotive Holdings. Is this like a SPAC play or something? But it's like hardly trading whatsoever. It's a very illiquid stock. Stream game in Facecam, have a neon sign behind you, dumb money, and have a small shelving with sponsored items on, and also adding gifts or animations for new subs and donations. Yeah, so... Yes, all Boogie. You are 100% right that I need to get that going. I don't know why it's not properly showing up through Streamlabs right now. Streamlabs is only apparently notifying me about like things that are happening on Twitch. Like I see Scotty _T 5 minutes ago followed me on Twitch. But no matter what I do, it doesn't get the like members and super chats and bits and nothing else pops up. And it shows that my last subscriber was, I guess, a day ago, which obviously is also not right. I don't know. I feel like Streamlabs just kind of makes some stuff up, just does what it wants to do. Hey, Matt, can you give us a thumbnail pose? A thumbnail pose. Something like, I feel like people are always so incredibly over dramatic with thumbnails, so maybe I should get back into that. Just something crazy, just like, like the Home Alone. I should just make all of my thumbnails the Home Alone style. Maybe that's the thing I need in my life. Pure commitment to the Macaulay Home Alone style thumbnails. Everything else, just everything is pure emotion. All right, AMC, what are we doing here? Are we going to go back up, test 3740? All right, we did that. We did that. All right, good. What do we have here? These, don't worry, everything is fine. Are you hiring a taco cook? Real tacos. I should get a taco one. Previous one is more original. All right, so I need to make it my own style then. I like the old one for when you're live and the new one for the Matt Clips lo-fi stream. All right. I'm just getting so tired of like that same face. Matt, any thoughts on POWW? I could look at the technicals. I know that's a ammo play, so that might have some political implications of what it will or won't do. But it's looking good today. Yeah, I mean, right now it's been kind of in a sideways shop. Look for the breakout of 760, 780, something like that. 760 to 790 would be a nice technical breakout, and you might get a trip back upwards. Other than that, I would use the support at 680 as my, I guess, risk if I didn't have a position already, which I don't. But I also probably won't be trading it because I don't really know that much about the company. All right, looks like Tesla's MACD is about to cross over. About to cross. But will it actually is the real question. All right, why are the magnets not working today on AMC? I feel like someone turned off my magnets. Not cool. Not cool, team. Maybe it's just because we need more. That's the issue. The issue is 3 wasn't enough. You always need more magnets. I tried downloading Voyager, but users are unable to use Voyager on a Mac unless it's an M1 chip. Oh, Justin. Hey, Matt, thanks for putting the weight of the Ape Nation on your shoulders for us. Did you end up watching the 10-second clip I DM'd you yesterday? Nick, I didn't check any DMs yesterday. I was trying to get actually some of the streaming issues right now fixed last night, so that was like more a little bit hectic. But hopefully I'll have some time today to get it. I mean, it's one of those things that I end up, like a lot of the back end things I end up having to do at night to get it all figured out. Matt, I got into low yesterday. I'm looking forward to exit around 208. Makes sense. Low. Low. All right. Low 208. Lows. I actually like lows. Okay, if it gets above 205, I would just ride the trend. Watch 205, 210, 215. But right now it's crushing it. I really do feel like if it can hold above 205, Your next stop is kind of more of 209, but I wouldn't want you, if it just breaks above that, easy peasy lemon squeezy, you're riding up to 215. So watch those key levels, 205, 209, 215. If it looks like it's running into resistance, you might want to lock in some gains, is probably how I would play it. But lows coming back swinging. Coming back swinging. Someone just said Palantir is running. Palantir. I do like Palantir. Palantir showing some strength. PLTR. If you're in PLTR, there's resistance between 2460 and 2470. So, and then you want the breakout of 25. So basically, 2460 upward is resistance, and you're looking for it to get on the north side of that. Thanks. I think low is running due to money rakes. It could be people are reinvesting in their money rakes for AMC GME. I like it. How's crypto been doing? Crypto was taking a breather last night. Okay, it sold off, basing, sold off, basing, sold off, basing. So if you're in crypto, you're looking to see how much of a base this will really get, and then you're looking for the follow through. So, I mean, not really. You could honestly argue that all of them look very similar. They sold off, they're basing, you're looking for it just to be a higher low and to kind of move up from there. So definitely keep an eye on whatever your favorite cryptos are. But for now, AMC coming up. We did put in a higher low. We're watching 3740. I'll throw the MACD back up. We did just cross on the 3-minute time frame. So it's nice that we're seeing some, I guess, confirmation across various time frames, but we still want this break. The higher, the better. What's Hood doing? Hood, don't want to see it. Hate Hood. NVIDIA holding on at 195. How's AMD doing? AMD is at 106. And then let's check out Roblox. Roblox coming back up above 80 now. Man, yesterday was the day to get Roblox. After its earnings, you could have scooped this up at 74, 75. I got in around 83, 84, I think probably 84. So I'm still under on it. But like I said, this is a long term. I'm not actively trading this by any means. All right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Look at Solana, Matt, been running on its own. Oh, really? That's another one. Between Matic and Solana, those are probably the next two I'll get a position on. Solana, whoa, it has been moving. Look at that. Well, now I don't want to get into it. I should have got in at 68 when it came right back around. Now it just feels a bit chasey. Man, that's a new high. Solana is crushing it. Congrats if you're in it. Man, I feel like I'm missing out on that party. Missing out on that party. It happens. AMC, okay, not bending around anymore, I suppose. It's trying to change its momentum. But right now, hanging out still right below 37. IWM. There we go. There we go, folks. Cobra Kai. I just saw that. I think there's a new trailer for the newest season of Cobra Kai. Very, very popular show. Very, very popular. All right, let me get back to this. Different poses, my opinion. Yeah, so there is an advantage for me being on it. I just think they could be higher, like, quality thumbnails, like more fun. Like I need more, I don't know, space and apes and ducks and tigers and apes and rockets. It's just, I feel like they're getting a little stale because I've been running with those for so many months now that I don't know. I feel like every couple months I just want to like change it up because I get bored of them myself. Someone just said XLM. Another one said XRP will be the chosen one. Wife told me to stop buying AMC shares. I can't stop. She told me to choose between our marriage and AMC. Are you legally give someone marital advice? I don't think I could legally give marital advice, but I could, I guess, illegally give marital advice. Just tell her to calm down. I feel like that will fix your problems. Just hit her with a good old-fashioned calm down. We don't need this level right now. All right, GME, we want this back above 160. IWM showing a bit of strength. S&P 500 showing some strength. Let's hydrate. Let's stand up. Let's hydrate. Let's stand up. Let's work on those six packs. There we go. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. All right. Did I go up too high? Probably. Yeah. Seems too high. Okie dokie. Let's go to the moon. Boom. To the moon. All right. Someone, what was that last question for AMD analysis? AMD and JMIA. All right. AMD. Let's throw up the daily. I mean, this one, so it's going to have support between 100 and 104, and you're looking now. The breakout, I originally thought it was 110, but now it's kind of 111.75. So support between 100 and 104, resistance, aka breakout at, let's call it 112. And your other one was JMIA, I believe, JMIA. Ooh, this is not looking good. Not looking good. It broke below that. It almost looks like it wants to come back down to like 12, perhaps. But it's just in a clear downtrend. I don't know if I'd want to fight against the trend right now. I would want to see some serious buying stepping in. Thoughts on Apple? I think it could break above 150. Oh, totally. I mean, Apple, it's just a juggernaut of a company. If you see the SPY continuing to track upwards, you could probably pretty much assume that Apple will also continue to track upwards. I mean, Apple's a $2.5 trillion company. It's the biggest company in the world. It's the biggest weighted one in our market, obviously, because it's the biggest company. So as they're kind of move in tandem. And Apple will definitely have a big impact on the NASDAQ 100, which is tracked by the ETF QQQ. No, calm down, worst phrase ever by a man. Never goes well. Instant fight, bear trap. Yeah. I don't want any of the newer viewers to think that I'm giving that as legitimate advice. It's just a through joke that we've been carrying for quite a while. Have you ever heard of Astro? He has predicted AMC to follow literal algorithms. Yesterday's chart mirrored May 24th. He's been spot on. I have not heard of him. And when people are saying that they're perfect and spot on, that's just not really trading to me. Because if someone could perfectly predict what's going on, why would they ever share that? They would be the world's wealthiest person and would have an infinite amount of money if they could predict markets perfectly. No one predicts it perfectly, not even professional hedge funds. It's very rare. It's extremely rare to see the same hedge fund. Like there's this big report that comes out at the end of every year of the highest performing hedge fund. It's very rare to see one hedge fund do that for back-to-back years to be on that list of the highest performers. And it's almost impossible to find someone who's done it for 3 years in a row. Even professional traders and money managers, they mess up a lot. They mess up a lot. So this concept of people being able to like perfectly predict things and get it right, it's just not the stock market. It's just not really how it works. All right. AMC breaking above this level. It's right in it right now between 37.40, 37.50. Let's watch that. And then the next stop is going to be around 38. Matt, go to AMC and see Free Guy. It's hilarious. Made me buy some more. I mean, Free Guy, the Ryan Reynolds movie that came out this past weekend, it's being received very well. It beat expectations, definitely prompting some excitement. Reverse Rico forming. Shout out. My name isn't Justin. Love, that's an old reference. I like that. Thoughts on AMRS? Seems to be similar setup to 513 low before the bounce RSI. Let me double check this one. What was it? AMRS. AMRS. All right, come on. Looks like it just had a technical breakdown. If it can't hold on to 12.25, that would be support. And then past that, I'd be watching 1030. But you do have a shot at the 12 to 12.25 region. So if that's what you want to risk, that's a pretty reasonable risk to reward setup because it could pretty easily bounce to 1550. But if it goes below 12, I would then be closely watching 1030. Shout out Design Theory. All right, so I don't know what's going on with these magnets, but it seems like they're showing up to a late work a little bit late today, but finally they're doing what we pay these magnets to do. Maybe I need them a little bit more staggered, a little bit more fun. Here's my graphic design ability. There we go. There we go. This is what we need. Do I just need more? Is that the issue? Was like, it's finally working when I put on another one? Maybe I just need to get really crazy with it? Is the answer literally just more magnets? Let's see. Can't hurt. Can't hurt to try. Cannot hurt. What are we at? 6 magnets. Let's see if 6 magnets is the trick for the final movement there. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. We are moving. We are grooving. Moving and grooving. Good, good, good. Hydrate, hydrate. Where is my coffee? George W on the 1 minute. Not really. George W, well, it just depends on like how specific you want to be. Technically, it was a higher low and higher highs, which is a different setup. A George W would be a double bottom, but that's like, then it comes an argument of like, well, how close? Because a George W isn't exclusively like the exact same cent. So it's like, really, how nitpicky do you want to be? You're pulling it sideways. Magnets need to pull it straight up. Well, because like you have to remember that it's still going to be time. Like I want to angle it, right? We know the best angle is 45 degrees. So with every new bar, I don't know. I'm just trying it. It's been a bit since we've really gotten into magnet-based charting, and I guess I'm just shaking off some of the cobwebs here. Just shaking off some of the cobwebs. SPRT. Where's SPRT? SPRT currently at 850. Can we get a shirt that just says more magnets? I like that idea. I like that idea. Someone just talked about Virgin Galactic. What is that doing? 20. It's still at 25. Virgin Galactic trying to hold on to 25. Hood. What's Robinhood at? 49. A lot of choppiness as we head into its earnings. A lot of choppiness. All right, what are we doing? Come on, AMC. Let's stay above this. Let's stay above 37.50. Then let's stay above 38. Then 38.50. Just easy peasy. $1 a day. Not a day. Let's just take it $1 at a time, I guess, is the best way to say it. All right, we're on the 3 minute here. Good, good, good. Perfect. Come on, AMC. Let's check the Ortex numbers. Okay, on AMC, net neutral on the day, short interest of 18%. On GME, net neutral, short interest of 10.7%. Let's see what's going on with Tiblio. Let's see if they see any interesting moves. Big bets on FTCH. big bullish bets on FTCH. Let's see what FTCH is all about. So someone out there, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the chart, so I wouldn't be doing this. Remember, this is just an aggregated list where they're looking for some sort of driving fundamental development and then a lot of action going on in the options market. But even with this, like, that doesn't mean they're all guaranteed. Like, so you look at it, I like to see where the most money's going. And then I check out the chart and I'm like, well, I don't really like this chart, so I'm not going to take that play. It's not my setup. Let's see if there's any bearish bets coming on. DNMR is the biggest one, but it's really not that much money. DNMR. So they're saying that this thing is going to keep falling. There might be more downside on this. It's a bit chasey, but I do like DNMR better than FTCH. Once again, this is a bearish bet. You'd be buying puts. I would probably just end up, if you want to be really loose with the position, you would risk 18. If you want to be a bit more conservative, you would risk 15.50. And I would look to see if it's going to come down to like the $11 region, like somewhere in here before it's run up. But man, this is not looking good. And the fact that it's not looking good means you might be able to make money off of some puts. But I'm not the most in love with either of those plays for right now. But if you want, this is an options picker service, Tiblio, TIBLIO. Interesting stuff. They have credit spreads, naked puts, bull squeeze, bear squeeze, earnings. Ooh, wait, I want to see if they have an earnings play for Robinhood of what they're saying here. What are they saying for Robinhood? Robinhood. How does it go? Bullish, neutral, bearish price. Bullish, neutral, bearish. Bullish, neutral, bearish. All right, so most of it is looking bearish, and they're predicting a $3.86 move to their earnings announcement based on 47. That was their base price. So they're looking for almost a $4 move tomorrow for whatever the earnings are, whether up or down. Plus or minus $4 is basically what they're looking for. What covered calls are they checking out? Let me see if this loads. Covered calls, covered calls, covered calls. L. Randall, I have no idea if you're listening right now, but Sava, that's a nice covered call. Made a credit. Whoa. These are lots of people interested in, or they're saying a lot of statistical advantage in Moderna covered calls. Interesting. Is there anything, is AMC on the list? AMC. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. They're saying that AMC has some nice covered call setups as well. For what date? 8/27/42. Seems like playing fire to me. I don't know if I'd mess around with those ones. Interesting. Cool. Anyway, this is Tiblio. Feel free to check it out. What else we have going on? All right, AMC is once again battling at this breakout region. Could be a pretty fun setup for some midday, whatever, consolidation chop, and then an excitement into the power hour, and then also power hour itself. I wonder if that's how AMC is kind of trending today. We get above this, it kind of dances around for the midday session somewhere in here, and then as we get closer, it starts to trend upwards. Matt, my wife found out I have a girlfriend. Oh, brother. That's not a double bottom. It's a single bum. Got $50 puts on Robinhood for tomorrow. Was looking great yesterday. Now I'm getting a little nervous. Thoughts? Diamond Dallas page. It's a 50-50 flip of the coin right now because they have earnings announcement. So tomorrow it's either going to gap up or gap down. You can't really do too much of the technical breakdown of it right now because it's not going to matter. What do you think of GRN? I'm in it for the long haul. GRN. If you're in it for the long haul, that's much of a fundamental thing, and I just don't know much about GRN. HITI announces addition to the ETF. MJ, what does that imply? Lots of buying. Thanks, Matt. It implies buying, but not lots of buying. MJ is not like the biggest ETF out there. So they'll be buying some, but it's not going to be like an ungodly amount of buying. Volume on PLTR. There we go. Palantir trying to get that breakout of 25. Palantir volume 16 mil. There we go. Moving. If Palantir can hold above 25, which is a big if, you're kind of watching the mid 25s as the next stop, man. That's nice. Really 25.40 to 25.60, so we'll call it 25.50. But Palantir is showing some strength right now. Showing some strength. Probably not a bad idea to like sell some, I guess, put credit spreads on Palantir. Probably make some good money on that. Why borrow shares if you're not shorting them? There's a whole host of reasons. You might want to borrow them just because you know they're going to get hard to borrow, so you don't want to lose your opportunity. Or maybe you borrow them and you think there's going to be some sort of breakdown or some sort of event, and the event doesn't come through. It's not the most incredibly common thing, but are a legitimate, I guess, group of reasonings of why you would borrow shares and then just end up not shorting it. It's just because you didn't see what you wanted to see, so you decided to not take the position. It's almost the opposite of saying, well, there's money in your account. Why aren't you invested in stocks? Why aren't you long on something right now? It's, well, sometimes you just don't see the opportunity. Oh, hey, Mark, what was a good entry point on SPRT today? I got in at 809 after missing the below $8 dip. Also TI on sends, if you don't mind. Oh, brother. All right, let's take a look at, what was the first one? SPRT. SPRT, probably right here. I mean, you said you got in at 809. I think that was a good entry on an intraday basis. And obviously, thus far, it's played out in your favor. This one, I'm definitely the next stop I would pay attention to personally would be $9. And you looked at SESN, right? Or SENS. SENS also moving. I'd have to do a daily look at this. Oh, but it's still just sideways drop. Yeah, you want the breakout above 330 to hopefully get out of this range. Until then, it just looks range bound. What else do we have? MCRB. No, this looks ugly. I just wouldn't even mess with this one. Huge gap down, some sort of announcement, and now it's just like slowly hemorrhaging. I would not touch this one. All right, Palantir looking good. IWM looking good. GME selling off on the day. Oh, wait, no, that was the, hang on. Oh, no, coming back on the day. Sorry, I was on the wrong time frame. Wrong time frame. AMC trying to get above this 3740, but not holding thus far. But we could watch this trend line if you connect these. So it might just be reaffirming this trend line. Here's exactly what I'm talking about. Something like that, roughly. Nope, not. All right, well, that drawing tool sucks. All right, yeah, something right about there. We're seeing a pattern of higher lows, higher highs. So maybe it just needs to gear up a little bit, build up some momentum to successfully break through this. Could very well be. Could very well be. Vortex for SPRT. Yeah, let me look that up. I believe it's around the high 60s, something like that. But I'll check it out. Vortex. Loading. Very slow loading. Page unresponsive. Exit page. What's going on? Why is it unresponsive? Yeah, when I checked it this morning, it's not going to be probably too far off from it, but it was around 69%. Oh, now we're loaded. All right, SPRT, according to Ortex, has a short interest of 69.73%. And I don't even have it up anymore, but yeah, that's this guy, SPRT. Oh, SPRT. This guy has a short interest around 69%, almost 70%. But very volatile stock. It'll go up, it'll gap down, it gaps up. It's kind of all over the map. Not the easiest play. Just came out to the market, wanted to take a look at GR, and if you can, if you think, I think EVG, I don't know EVGM is an ETF. No, it's a computational biology company based in Israel. It's not an ETF, at least for, yeah, the one that trades on the NASDAQ. You were talking about the one EVGN, the one trading on the NASDAQ is a biotech play, I guess, out of Israel, not an ETF. I don't know how to track it though on the Canadian market, Alex. Not a hedge fund. What's going on, man? What is going on? All right, AMC, come on. Let's keep this party going. Let's get right back above here. 37.69. Let's keep this pattern of higher highs going. Going. And you guys know we're going straight to the moon. I did not talk about Sam. What is Sam? Jubilee. Boston. I mean, not really moving much. Oh. I'd watch 600 flat. If it breaks below 600, man, I'd have to watch 500 then. I don't know what's going on, but it gapped out and it's selling off. It looks pretty weak. You'd have to wait for some demand to come back in. But AMC turning it around 37. Let's keep this going. GME also kind of showing some strength. I like that. I like that a lot. Borrowing, hoping for a short opportunities. Yeah, like the way you sit on cash and you're like, okay, I think this is a good time to go long. They have to go an extra step because to go short, they have to first borrow them. So if they're like, hang on, we might go short, they'll pay the borrow fee and just be like, oh, okay, like maybe it just never came up. Or maybe they're worried that they're not going to be able to borrow it because there is a finite amount of shares that you can legally borrow. So maybe they're worried that the demand will be too high and they don't want to miss their opportunity. Look at AMC 1 hour chart, stair stepping up the last 5 trading days, market manipulation. That's not normal price movement. When people say it's not normal price movement, I don't know what they actually mean by it. Like what is normal price movement? Like who decides what normal price movement is? I always got a little bit confused about that. It might not be. I just don't know what people are using their basis for of what is or isn't normal movement. I miss Franklin. Me too, Portland. He's probably sleeping right now. He does this thing where whenever I'm active, he's tired, and then when I get tired after work, that's when he's most active. So that's kind of the, I guess, thing we have going on. Oh, shout out. It sounds like there's some outages out in California. So if you're personally dealing with some internet power stuff, I feel for you. Cup and handle on the daily chart on SPRT, Mr. Boulay, my guy. Let's go to the 2 hour. Let's see what's going on. Oh, so you're looking at this big one, 10 to 1070. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a weird cup, but it, I guess, technically fits that. The next stop I would like to see above is really $9. SPRT, if you happen to be in that, I would say, I would argue that the next line in the sand is all the way up at $9, and then 10, and then 1070, and then 11, and then 1180-ish would be the levels that I'm personally watching with it. But AMC coming back around, looks like it's about to make a higher high. Cent away from a high. Nope, we did hit a higher high. Awesome. So we don't need this trend line anymore. Let's keep this going. Push above this. Well, look at where we had support, kind of in this region, roughly 3782. Support, 3780. So we want to get above that, and then obviously 38 is going to be important. Just a round number. That's how a lot of humans like to trade. Normal price movement equals stock only go up. It seems like that's what people argue. Like as soon as it's a little red, they're like, well, that's not normal. It's like, well, I just don't know what people are basing it on when they're saying normal versus not normal. What is your opinion on when shorts cover, how quickly they get in and out? If I buy at 48 to 65 during the covering, do they turn and place sell orders at 66? What is your opinion on when shorts cover, how quickly they get in and out? Well, they're just looking to get out. They're already in. They're looking to hit the buy button. For shorts to cover, they click buy. It's not in and out. They're already in the play. They're just looking to get out. If I buy at 48 to 65 during the cover, do they turn and place sell orders at 66? No, because they're buying. Covering a short position means buying share because you created it by selling shares. So to close it, you have to buy shares back. Hey, coach, I had a dream last night. I left my wife and kids. She told me that was a horrible nightmare. I said, shh. AMC isn't on the moon yet. Can you play 22 by Taylor Swift for my birthday? Isaac, do you know how fast Taylor Swift's record label would be up my butt if I played her music on stream? That would be copyright galore. Music like that, it's so fast. It's so fast. T2 settlement means they can't flip the share. But they could trade without the settlement. I mean, that's what the point of having a margin account is while you're waiting for settlement, you can still actively trade. Right now, you could buy and then short and then buy and then short. You don't have to wait T2 every single time. AMC TTM squeeze indicator just went positive. Shout out Sam. That sounds exciting. Normal is 4,000% gain per day. Duh. All right, AMC is showing some strength. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Good call out, Mr. Boulay. I can't even really say that without saying Mr. Boulay, my guy. Just like when Matt Weiler is in here, I never just want to say Matt. I just want to say Matt Weiler. I don't know if he's listening right now. This is what's the joy of internet friendships, internet relationships. They just get so weird so quick. Don't know these people, but I can only say their name in a special way. Mr. Boulay Maga. All right, let's go. Someone just said NNDM. What has NNDM been doing? Man, Palantir is just ripping higher and higher and higher. All right. NNDM. Ooh, this is down at, like, wasn't NNDM at like 16 or something, 17? Yeah, if it was all the way up at 18, I would want to see some serious buying before I got back into NNDM. Not for me at the moment. I want them to be successful. It is a cool company. I used to track NNDM. I feel like I know a decent amount about it, but then it just really nothing came to fruition with it. Thanks, coach. Use your advice and passed out in this girl's yard yesterday. We go on our first date next week. Thanks for the relationship advice. Lucas, that's what I'm here for. Check HOFV. Do you think that this will rip? I have mid-September and November call has been holding while a 409 average. HOFV, this is somehow gambling, but also related to, I thought it was gambling, but they also did some like NFT stuff for a bit there. Low volume, so I don't like that. Oh, wait. Angelo, like you might be good, but all it's been doing is selling. Like maybe you're looking at a reversion play, maybe it'll finally start to bend back around. But ever since what? End of June, all this thing has done is sell, sell, sell. So I'd want to see same thing, some sort of strength. Not really seeing much strength in HOFV. People are asking about MVIS. MVIS might be kind of same thing, selling, selling, selling. Might be turning back around. I would want to see it get above 1625 though, an official new higher high. MMAT is ripping. It's up 4.4%, but it has a lot of ways to go. MMAT needs to break out of 380. So it has what, about 75 more cents to go till a good breakout. Might happen. UPST is ripping. UPST. UPST is just crushing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. I have no UPST position whatsoever. And I would in no way say you should chase this. So it gapped up after earnings. It's running, but now the volume is getting lower, lower, lower. So it is getting exhausted. Eventually, UPST is going to have a red day and come down, take a breather, probably base, and then maybe move from there. But the volume is just dipping, dipping, dipping. So I would in no way say it's a smart idea to try to chase it. You should have been in before August 10th, not after. Matt, I need some help getting on Discord. I joined the Patreon. Okay, I will. If you could DM me on Patreon, I'll be able to help there. But basically, you just need to connect your account. Like, there's going to be a button that says apps. You go on apps and you put in your Discord name, and it'll get you connected. But DM me on Patreon, and I'll help you out. If I sold securities today and bought them with gains, how likely am I to get hit with the violation if I sell tomorrow or Friday? If I sold securities today and bought with gains, how likely am I to get hit with the violation if I sell tomorrow? I don't know what violation, but that wouldn't be PDT. PDT is all about what is going on with your trades on the same calendar day. So if you buy today and then sell tomorrow, that's not a PDT hit or anything like that. It's all about your day trades within the same calendar day. Same calendar day. Good faith violation. So PDT is if you're in the US below 25K with a margin account, while a good faith violation is more of a cash account issue. And that's when you're trading before the trade settles. So technically you don't have the money available to you. So it depends on your account, guy. Hey babe, can you check the short interest on SESN? Want to see how hilariously high it is. Already used my free week of Ortex. Sorry, I'm cheap. Here's 5. Jake, I'll check it out. I don't know if that is a highly shorted stock. The reason it dropped wasn't because of shorting. It's because it didn't get FDA approval. Its short interest is, it's decently high, 14.44%. So it does have a short interest. But the drop off, and actually now based on today's actions, it's up to 16.47% now. But anyway, that drop we saw a couple days ago was not because of massive shorting. It was just because people are like, well, I don't want to, it's not worth the same if it got denied by the FDA. Panko Cat. Hey Matt, just want to reiterate a huge thank you for everything you do. What are your thoughts on LMND? Lemonade is a fairly new insurance company. So I actually traded LMND. I rode it up, took my profits, and got out. To my understanding, it's taking a bit of a breather, I suppose you could say, right now. It's a new age insurance company. Yeah, it's looking weak at the moment. I was previously in this, but at this point, ugh, Yeah, I mean, there's support between 66 and 58. So if you're okay with that and you like it, it might be good for a long term. But I got out of it, like I was in it early and then I got out of it in this chunk and then I missed this and I kind of stopped paying attention because it's not really trending nicely right now. But I do agree that the insurance industry 100% needs to be disrupted and Lemonade might be the one that does it. You doing an all day stream? Oh, no, 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 no. I actually do need to hop on a call. So it's past 11. Folks, here is the dealio. I will be streaming. I'll come back at 2 p.m. If things start to go haywire, I'll come on even earlier. In the meantime, though, feel free to hang out together on the backup channel. Here, I just want to show you this. Where is it? Nope, this isn't it. So on the backup channel, the Matt Kohrs clips is right here. I'll be starting it basically as soon as I end this. But watch party AMC GME lo-fi music, Matt Kohrs clips. It's with my duck caricature. This is the thumbnail for that one. But if you guys want to switch right over to that, that's on the backup channel. And then for now, I'll plan on being back at 2 p.m. If any of these stocks go haywire, I'll get on the stream even earlier. I just need to take care of some calls and things like that. But as for the morning session, still looking good. I'm still really happy of what's going on. And as you obviously know, from me and Chair, best of luck in the markets.